The biometric feeds are updated from the facial and behavioral tracking. Having a bad day, stressed about something? Wadu has already noticed this and alerted your manager. Can't focus? Not working at your usual pace? Wadu has already noticed this and alerted your manager. Did something you normally don't do? It's possible Wadu flagged it as suspicious and alerted your manager. How's it going, everybody? Josh here, back with another spicy corporate expose, and today we've got something a bit more dystopian than usual. So you remember JPMorgan Chase and Company, one of the largest banking institutions in the world? Well, apparently they've taken employee surveillance to a whole new level. Recently, Business Insider reported that JPMorgan employees are living in fear due to the company's workplace data surveillance system called Wadu. What is Wadu, you might be wondering? No, it's not a yoga position. It's an overly intrusive employee AI monitoring system, and it stands for Workforce Analytics and Data Utilization. Wadu. Wadu heck. So I came across this absolutely chilling post on Reddit warning anyone working at or considering working at JPMC. In the Reddit post, they list different things that Wadu is monitoring for. Here's the thing. It was posted by an account named Some JPMC Manager, which never provided any proof of employment or being a manager or anything. And a few hours later, well, this post was removed. We do know that JPMC actually has a page on their website titled Systems Monitoring. Here's that page now, and if you come down to Monitoring Activities, you can see everything they collect and everything that they monitor. And of course, when you read this page, it's written with very vague and subjective wording so that you don't really know how or what they're collecting. We also know that just a few days ago, Business Insider wrote an article titled JPMorgan Employees Describe Growing Paranoia as the company tracks their office attendance, calls, calendars, and more, with one worker even installing a mouse jiggler to evade Big Brother. Here's another article from Business Insider from about a year ago, inside the little-known tool that gives JPMorgan Chase the power to collect data about everything its employees do at work. So from our standpoint, we don't really know if what they're saying in the Reddit post is true. All we can do is cross-reference what they say with what others have reported. And after looking at the systems monitoring page and these other Business Insider posts, a lot of it lines up. In classic Reddit fashion, because that post was deleted and people are upset, now everyone is writing comments, but instead of a comment, they're just pasting in the original post. Now, according to this Reddit post, not only does Wadu closely monitor standard work activities such as login times, application usage, it also uses AI and machine learning to analyze employees' facial expressions, speech patterns, body language, and stress levels throughout the workday. The system allegedly tracks not only employees' work productivity, but even things like their morale. All of this information is then compiled and made accessible to managers in real time. Starting at the moment you arrive to the building, Wadu is tracking you using facial and speech recognition. Most JPMC offices and branches have been outfitted with some of the best HD AV security cameras. If we come over to the Business Insider article, we can see that data begins streaming into the Wadu from the moment employees log into their virtual workspaces. Now, I know we're all used to the idea of our employers keeping some level of tabs on us, right? I mean, clocking in, clocking out, maybe the occasional login tracking when working remotely. But this, Wadu might even give Crossover for Work a run for its money. You know, the company that made a video about how letting your boss take a picture of you every 10 minutes is a fine trade-off to work at home.
I'm really glad that I was able to see past my knee-jerk fear of being monitored in my own home. And there's never been a single day that I regretted my decision to say yes.
Wadu also uses the array of HD cameras at the office to monitor all of your non-verbal body language all throughout the day. The collected information is then fed into the system, and it is used to update your Wadu profile in real time. Every manager gets access to a dashboard that lists all the metrics about their subordinate. The productivity metrics about an employee start getting updated immediately after an employee logs into the system. Of course, the whole time I'm reading this, I'm wondering, who wrote this? How do they have this information? Is it fake? Were they a software engineer working on this AI, and then they realized what they were creating for themselves and other employees, and then they were like, nope. Who knows? The biometric feeds are updated from the facial and behavioral tracking. Having a bad day, stressed about something? Wadu has already noticed this and alerted your manager. Can't focus? Not working at your usual pace? Wadu has already noticed this and alerted your manager. So according to this post, you're not just working for JPMC, you're a reality show star. I mean, imagine being at your desk knowing there's an HD camera recording your every move. I, for one, can't stay productive if I know someone is over my shoulder or monitoring me, and miss me with all of that. If you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. And I know a lot of the people that watch this channel are also on the same page. They don't want to be monitored. And that's why you should check out today's sponsor, Aura. That's right. They're giving me a third one somehow, some way, but we're here doing it. If you don't know what Aura is, it provides almost an all-in-one digital security solution to protect your online accounts, data, and financial information. And most importantly, Aura wants to keep your activity and information private, because as you can see with all the monitoring going going on at work, the last thing you want is your life to be tracked when you're not at work. Aura has tons of features. It's got antivirus, it's got a VPN, but the feature that is my absolute favorite is their account management. Aura will sift through different data breaches of information that have happened online and will tell you if your information has been involved in that. If you download their Chrome extension, you get this little application that you can click on. When you do, it pops up with this. It shows you how many trackers have been blocked, and then it shows you how many of your passwords need your attention. And, I'm getting to it. Eventually, I'm down from 600. I'm doing better now. You can also have them remove you from all these data brokers that have your information somehow. I use their credit monitoring, I use their identity monitoring, and I use their expense monitoring. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at the amount of tools Aura has to offer you when it comes to staying safe online, staying private online, and keeping your finances and credit in check. So if you're curious at the amount of information the internet has on you, you can check out my link in the description for a free 2-week trial. It's a win-win as far as I'm concerned. Go wipe your data off the internet. Anyways, thanks again to Aura for sponsoring today's video. Go support the people who support what I do. Reddit article continues and says, Wadu is also why they're pushing return to office so hard. Upper management does not care if some employees are more productive when they're working from home. They want everyone back in the office as much as possible so that their Wadu profiles are being refined. Enhancing their insight into you is more important to them than better productivity from working from home. Upper management wants to see everyone at all levels back in the office 5 days a week. They've invested millions into the Wadu system, and they want to get a return on that investment. That only happens when people are in the office. It continues and says, Wadu's also watching and listening whenever you're working from home. If you installed Citrix Workplace on your computer and you permitted it to access your web camera and microphone after you log in, you've connected those devices to Wadu. If you're using an issued Chromebook, then those permissions have already been conveniently accepted for you. You'll notice that your webcam will flash right after login. This is not an initial connection flash. Your webcam just took a burst shot of pictures and sent them to Wadu. The pictures will be scanned for anything deemed unprofessional or unsafe. For paraphernalia, TVs, game consoles, and several other things are all flagged if detected in the pictures. If you see your webcam flash randomly, that was your manager or someone in security requesting a burst shot of pictures from your web camera. You'll also notice your mic goes hot right after you log in. Anything you say will be processed. All background noises will be processed. Say something bad about your boss or other superior, it's been flagged. Wadu's also able to detect keyboard pokers, bumpers, and mouse jigglers and movers. It doesn't matter if it's a completely external solution, Wadu will be able to detect it by analyzing the repetitive input pattern. Your manager will be notified that you're under suspicion of faking productivity. They will then connect to your session and see what is happening live. Action will be taken if the suspicion is confirmed. This one was really interesting. You may have noticed at some point that you started getting job postings sent to your personal email. If you click on any of the links in the job list emails, your manager will get a notification on your Wadu profile that you're actively looking for a new job. Even if it was just browsing, it can negatively affect employees who click the link. If you installed the JPMC Workplace app on your phone, you've connected your phone to the Wadu. And right now, the only way to reserve a desk at the office is to use the Workplace app. If you come over to JPMC's website and look at the document on monitoring they have, this is the creepiest part of all. To the extent permitted by applicable law, and there's not a whole lot of laws around this, so JPMC may at all times monitor, access, retrieve, record, and review information obtained via monitoring activities, including any content and any personal use of the systems as reasonably necessary or advisable in JPMC's interests for purposes including safety nonsense is what they say. They need to watch every move and every word and all that stuff, I guess. They also say monitoring activities may be conducted by an automated means, sampling, or manual reviews. While conducting monitoring activities, JPMC may obtain and process personal information about you and others, including names, email addresses, home addresses, account information, and other personal information. We take steps to process the minimum personal information necessary. But what if the minimum necessary is all of it? Because that's decided by you, right? It's crazy. They just keep reiterating to the extent permitted by applicable law. They want to take this thing as far as they can. Apparently, they can also transfer your information to other countries. JPMC may transfer the information it obtains in connection with monitoring activities to countries other than the country in which the information was originally collected. It's probably not very beneficial when the employer starts treating the employees like suspects in a crime scene, just for showing up to work. Click like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to see me take on the corporate world some more. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. Is the Reddit post legitimate? Is it fake? And lastly, I'd just like to say thanks again to today's video sponsor, Aura. You should check them out. Click the link, get a free 2-week trial. What do you have to lose? Go get that info removed off the internet and secure your account. Having said all that, I hope everyone's doing well, and I'll see you in the next one.